Hey guys, happy Friday. It's Tia with Level Up with Tia, and I'm here to talk about fear. How do you get over the fear or get through it? How to conquer it and know that fear is normal. You are human and fear is 100% normal. So I'm going to share this into my Powerful and Bold Biz Babe group, and then we are going to talk about how to get through the fear and come out on the other side. Okay, so first of all, just know that fear, number one, is a guiding point. Pretty much what you are afraid of most is guiding you on what to do. Because when we're afraid of something, it's because we have something to lose. And if you didn't actually really want it, then you wouldn't really care to lose it. So the first thing is to know that fear is your guiding point to take action on. I mean, unless it's dangerous and you're hurting yourself or some way. But you need to first get clear on what you really want. Visualize, what do you really actually want? Visualize it, get clear on it. What is it? And if it's scary, if it's like this business that you've never tried before, it's almost like you're just scared because maybe you don't feel like you're enough. You don't have all the right steps to get to the end result. You don't feel like, why do you have this idea? Why are you any different from everybody else in your little group? You're comparing everybody else ahead of you. So the step is to first get clear on what you really want. If it's this business and you're excited and you'd love to start making money and not have to report to a business or job, or you want to start coaching, the fear may be like, why am I special? Why am I worthy? Or how do I get to that end result? And then you're comparing it to all these other coaches or business owners and you're like, oh, but they already have that and they're so far along. So number one, get clear on what you want. Number two, stop comparing yourself to everybody else. Everybody's on their own path, and no matter what point you start, you can still be successful. My last coach I hired I'm pretty sure she's like 50. And you know what? She's not too old to coach, and she's not too old to start now. Like, literally, you can start whenever, and you have your own path. And stop comparing yourself, because your experiences and your growth is different from anybody else's. Your triggers, your relationships, your parents, whatever your whole life is, it's different from anybody else in the world. Literally, there's no other being just like you. So you are different, and if you're having this burning desire to do something, then it's there for a reason and it's not going to go away. So stop trying to ignore it because of the fear and take action with the fear anyways. My first YouTube video, I was scared. Hey mom, I was so scared to do it. Like, am I enough? Am I going to stutter? Am I going to do it wrong? Like, why is anyone going to watch my video over all these other videos? Especially YouTube, there's bajillions. But guess what? I actually get sales on that one YouTube video that I created. If you guys want to go check it out, it was over a year and a half ago before I started business coaching. I have purple hair, and it's like a review on lavender purple hair for overtone. And guess what? I make sales like weekly now from that video that I created a year and a half ago, I'm pretty sure. I have over 10,000 views. So my different way to tell people my story, to show up, is different from anybody else. So stop comparing is number 2. 3 is stop getting all hung up on the how of the future pace, like, oh my gosh, how do I get there? Oh my gosh, and like getting worried about that future goal, okay? The next step is just one step at a time, one day at a time, one action at a time. Stop getting all these like 100 lists to do. Yes, it's good to have a to-do list, but think of what that next step is, okay? So A good example is I wanted to be a speaker. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, I have to make a speaker kit. I have to make a website. I have to do all this stuff. Oh my gosh, how am I going to do it? I was like, okay. My first step was saying I'm going to be a speaker, deciding what I wanted, visualizing what I wanted, being like clear on who I wanted to speak to, and I announced it. Guess what? I already got my speaking gig without all the how, without all the steps, I literally don't have a speaking kit. I didn't even reach out to anybody. I just announced it. I've also worked on myself to become a good speaker, and it literally came to me. So, I mean, even today, I still get wrapped up in like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. But just get clear on the next step. And take that step. Take that step today. Take at least one step towards your future goal every single day. Come on. If you have this big goal, can you do 3 small steps a day? Just one, okay, 1 to 3, okay? This could be as small as looking up a YouTube video on how to speak in public. That is one step. Another step for me would be how to get speaking gigs. Like literally researching every day in this dream goal and taking those next steps of action. I actually had a post pop up from 1 year ago today, and it was, I couldn't decide which way to go, the business coach or a Facebook ads coach. And you know what I chose? The one I was afraid of. Because I was scared of it, because it was something to lose, because I wanted it so bad that it felt scarier. Even though literally both of those were the same risk, were the same like reward, but one of them I loved more, so it's gonna be easier. Because both of them are hard. Building a business, no matter what, is not easy, okay? Like, you're gonna be working your butt off, you're gonna be growing, you have to learn, it's gonna be a lot of hard work. But you might as well do the one you love that lights you up and that you might be afraid of because you love it so much, rather than the one that you just should do because everybody else is doing it. Like, fear actually guides you because it's something you are attached to, it's something to lose. So, that's why I chose business coaching, is because I really wanted it. Facebook ads expert was like, okay, like I'm on this path, and other people have had success, and I don't know anyone who's a business coach at that time besides the business coach I hired. And I was like, but how? But how? I don't know how to do it. So you know what you do is you learn from someone who's already done it. So reaching out to a coach. It doesn't have to be me, because I may not be the person that you like to listen to. If you like to listen to me and you like my vibe and you like to learn from me, then we might be a good fit. But you don't ever hire someone that you don't like to listen to and learn from. My soulmate clients, we have so much in common, it's crazy. It's like a mirror. So I've already had a clothing line, a festival clothing line. So literally someone that wants to grow a festival clothing line, if they hired me, duh, I'm literally going to tell you exactly steps. I've been in it for 5 years, how to get there and how to get there faster. My first business took me 3 years to start growing more on a bigger scale. Okay, I was profitable from the beginning because I was playing small, and I always I made money and then I put it out. I made money and then I put it out. But I learned I had to invest to grow my business. And then I started, on peak season, I hit 5-figure months. It's not consistent throughout the whole year, but on peak seasons, I hit really big monthly income. It's not throughout the year, and it's not something I'm focusing on. I'm just going to be honest with that. I do get sales here and there all the time, but literally I learned from a coach how to grow my business more rapidly. And I was like, oh, but I can just go on Google and YouTube and learn it all. But guess what? When you hire a coach, when you take that action, they literally give you the steps, do. And then when you are struggling, they're like, okay, you do this. You got to tweak this. Here you go. It's a roadmap to success. Instead of trying to find somewhere the end result and how to get there. Let's say you drive to Texas without the map, like how hard, oh, I can figure it out. How much longer would that take if you had to drive to Texas without a road map? It's literally a roadmap to your success. That way you don't get, this is a dead end. Oops. Oh, well, that didn't work. Oops, that will take years. Took me 3 years, trial and error, instead of just getting the roadmap on how to do it and get there quicker, right? Okay, so the 5th step was, find someone that's already done it, whether it's on YouTube or a coach or a course, and literally trust them and do the steps. Do the steps, listen to yourself as well. But when I first wanted to do business coaching, I'm like, okay, I could figure it out on myself and take a year. Or I took a course, it was called Become a Money Making Coach, and I did the steps and I got my first client within 2 months. So now I help other coaches, business owners, create strategies to become that next level self. But what would your next level self do? That's the 5th step. What would your next level self do? And embody that, act as if, and take action as if you're already there. So in my circumstance, I was like, okay, what would I do if I already had a successful clothing line that was reaching bigger months and that was more like not me doing all the work. I was doing all the work. I was creating all the clothing. I was doing it myself. I wasn't hiring. I was playing small. I just didn't understand how to grow. And my first coach pushed me. She's like, you need to do this to get to higher income. You need to do this. You need to stop playing small. And she called me out on my bullshit over and over again. It was like the most transformative 6 weeks ever in business. So learn from someone who's already been there and trust them, and having that one-on-one help is the biggest push, because instead of sometimes with a course you can like get the steps, but it may take you a lot longer to get through them, or you're doing it but you're doing it incorrectly. Whereas if you had someone to call you out on your BS and on what you're doing incorrectly, then you'd get the right content feedback. And instead of doing the wrong title or the wrong course for 6 weeks or months, you have someone in your corner to be like, okay, that's not working and this is why. Change it to this, that way we'll amplify and get out there quicker. Or, okay, this isn't working out, so go ahead and, change this, and then you'll get there quicker. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I've hired coaches, because when I play small or when I am in fear and I don't know what to do, they call me out and they're like, okay, no, this is how you get to the next level, and ask yourself, what would my next level self be doing, and take action on that. My next level self would be reaching out to different podcasters, would be reaching out to higher up podcasters, would be reaching up to be in groups that are already happening and speaking there. So you know what I have to do? I need to believe in that, enter into that next level self, and reach out to those people and be like, hey, I'm looking to provide some amazing speeches to your community and your audience and give them some value. Okay? So that's my homework of the day, Find some of those events, reach out to them and do it. So even one step today could be to reach out, or even make a list of events, just make a list of events and then start reaching out to them. So like, you can break down your steps. Don't put this huge make a website. No, break that step down into, what's the domain name? That could literally be a step today. The next step could be create a Facebook page. So always break down these big steps into smaller steps, and that's what I mean to take 1 to 3 actions on a day. Once you start doing that, you will notice so much improve. You will notice you start building momentum, and it's not as hard as you think. And when you break these steps down, you're like, you feel accomplished, versus, oh, I have to write a book. Make it down to, write 1 page. If that's too if that's too hard and you're going to procrastinate that, write a paragraph. Because once you get the momentum, you will keep going. So whatever it is that's too big, you need to cut it down, make it smaller, and then take that small action, which will build momentum and keep growing and keep building. Literally. Abigail, I can help people with that. You have a directory of podcasts. Yes. Yeah, I need to reach out to them because I don't want to just be on anybody's podcast. I want to be on the ones that I really like and who I like to talk to. But yes, I would love to see that. Thank you. Magazines. I want to start. That's another to do. I need to create a blog and then reach out to several people and be like, or a article and reach out to like Forbes and submit it. So that's like on my short to-do list. So maybe to break it down and not be like, oh, I have to do all this stuff. The first thing would be write a list of 3 different articles to submit to. The next step would be to write maybe even the topic of my article. And then the next step would be to write it. So break down your big steps into smaller steps, okay? Yes, thank you so much, Abigail. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so that is how you overcome fear. And I hope this was helpful. Overcome fear on Friday. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Last tip is if you have big goals and big dreams, when do you want those to happen? Know that they can come to you so much faster than you think, and you are worthy of achieving them. I promise you, you are enough, you are worthy, and taking these little steps will lead you there so much quicker than you even think possible if you start just taking those little steps. And don't be that person that's always out every single weekend, you know, having all the fun. Yes, that's great. But if you have these big goals, you have to take action on them. And sometimes you have to sacrifice some of the things, like maybe not hanging out every single night or watching Netflix, maybe sacrificing your Netflix and reading a book, maybe sacrifice going out on the weekends, wasting your whole day and night and then the next day and night because you're hungover, and sacrificing one night a week or one day a week to work on your business. Or even 1 hour a day, 30 minutes a day to get to your end goal. Is your end goal worth enough to sacrifice one day a week or 30 minutes every day? I think so, right? Okay, so Abigail says, get the courage to do my own Facebook Lives. Maybe start with just a quick video. Yes, so your first step would be to do it afraid, because the fear doesn't go away. I promise you this. Sometimes I still get afraid even though I've done probably over 100 live videos. Sometimes I still get afraid and I do it anyways. I think of the person that I'm serving or getting my message out there, and I'm doing it for you. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for you to help you guys overcome fear and to help grow, because literally every single step of action is, I'm afraid to reach out to big podcasters. I'm afraid to reach out to my ideal clients sometimes, but literally, especially in business, you have to take thousands of actions afraid. And each one of those actions get you closer to your end goal. So where will you be in 100 days if you take one small action a day? Bet you won't be in the same spot you are a year ago or today. You won't, you know, like if you would have done that a year ago, where would you be today? Just one small step. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. Give me some likes. Share this with anyone you like, and join my group, Powerful and Bold Biz Babes. It is, go check it out. Link is in my bio. And I could share the link below. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want to reach your goals so fast, like you want to be pushed, you want that guidance. I've been in marketing for 7 years. I know what to do. I know how to do it. But then also I help you get aligned strategies. I'm not just a business in a box. Hey, do this, do this, do this. I help you find what lights you up and amplify it. Help you get closer to your passion. And I have 2 spots for one-on-one going on right now. So book a call. The link will be below. It'll be below, and I'd love to talk to you. And this isn't just for anybody, you know, we do the call to see if we're even a good fit to work together, and then if we're not, like, who cares? We can be biz besties, doesn't matter, but, you know, just communicate with me, because that's being that next level person, and the next level person takes that scary step, and they aren't afraid to step into that next level, and if they are, they do it anyways. Okay, bye. Oh, and find out more about me at levelupwithtia.com.